This is going to be a pretty much just a collective vibe reading. It is 12 something a.m. here where I'm at. For some of you guys might be way early in the wee hours of the morning, or if you're on the other side of the world, other than the US, it's completely a different time zone, or you're just watching this whenever because it's timeless. So I'm just going to pull some cards for the collective because I feel divinely guided and led to pull some cards for the collective. And before I get started, I am a no nonsense reader. I tell it like it is, as it is, whether you like it or you don't like it. If it even resonates with you, you're free to click off and do whatever you need to do as an adult. If something does not, you just don't want to hear something, you don't like it, you can just click off as an adult. I don't like any drama on my channel, so I will block you. Um, Anyone here with love, you guys are welcome to comment in the chat, send love to whoever else is on the chat. But other than that, I don't have time for any drama. So if you got that in your system, you're just going to be just fighting with yourself. Okay? So let's send some love, some positive energy, some divine energy. I am a shadow seer. I also am a light seer. I will call out both energies as I see it. Please use your own discernment, you guys. Use your own intuition and your own guidance. If something triggers you, maybe click off, sit with yourself, ask yourself, why is it triggering, rather than coming at me because I'm not the one you want to come at. So just have let's keep it light. Let's keep it cute. If it's for entertainment, enjoy yourself, sit back. Any negative energy, keep it to yourself. Love energy all day. I'm welcome to it. Send love. Say what's up to other people in the chat. I'm welcome to it. You guys are more than welcome to have conversations and help each other out in the chat. I love to see it. So, greetings. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Much love to you guys that do have, loving energies and do send loving vibes. I appreciate you guys as always. Let's go ahead and get into this reading. Hey, K-Love, how you doing? Greetings. Much love as always to you guys. Holy Spirit, please surround this energy with divine light and love. Hey, what's up, Sorte? How you doing? Thank you, thank you. We send everybody good vibes. Yes, abundance. Yes. Let's go ahead and get into this reading. It's late, but I'm up. I'm up. First card out is the Knight of Cups. It's kind of dark in my room. I just got my pink light on, so try my best to show you guys the cards. You guys have the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Thank you. I see you. Thank you. I got your text message. Thank you. Owls. Yes. All right. Let's start off with these cards. Okay, I love it. You got the Six of Wands. I'm just going to do 3 cards for now. Bottom card of the deck is Mr. Emperor. Top card of the deck is the Six of Swords. I love to search. Let's get into this reading. So you have the Knight of Cups being our first card out. And I like this because I feel like this represents, I heard generate peace. So you're generating peace amongst the challenges that you're facing, and the fact that you still have relentless perseverance behind whatever these challenges are that come your way. You see how she has a torch, she's hiding behind this mountain, and these torches are seemingly behind the mountain. So whatever, and I'm going to say this because this is the energy that I'm getting, whatever weapons that are formed, they're not going to prosper. You may have one torch, but that one torch, this represents your divine light. These other energies or forces, they can't touch you. They can't come against you. You have the 6, or is this the 6? Yeah, 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands represents victory. And you see how there's a few people receiving the victory. So I feel like this represents a divine team, or this is your soul tribe, or this is others, either whether they're connected to you, or this is a collective energy of you that feel like you're alone in some type of battle that you're fighting. You're not alone. There's many of you that are in similar situations or similar types of energy. These wands here tell me that this is something that is soon to pass. Also, getting with wands, this represents a lot of movement, a lot of activity, a lot of spiritual energy, a lot of energy coming your way, but also a lot of energy that's being moving forth from you, your energy moving forth, if that makes sense. With the Emperor, there is a higher overseer. I don't always see the Emperor card as like this divine force outside of self, or in what we like to call God energy, but this is what I'm getting with the Emperor. This is a higher force of energy, or overseer, if you will, that's over the situation. With the Six of Swords, you also have other divine protectors and overseers. You have this cat that makes me think of familiars, as we call them, familiars, or spirit guides, or animal guides. You have a lot of divine energy around you that's guiding you, that's shielding you, that's leading you to whatever this new energy that you're coming into. Mind you, with the Six of Wands, the Six of Wands had to face the challenge of the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands within itself is a card of obstacles, challenges, sometimes competition. But obviously there is some type of victor or victory in this energy due to whatever adversity, or coming out of that adversity. I'm going to clarify this Knight of Cups. I'm going to split the deck. Yeah, Five of Cups. So it might look like, man down, like what's happening? Like, why am I in this position? Why is things not working out for me? Why didn't this work out for me? For some of you, it might be love. But for others, I feel like this is something that you put your heart into. Or for others of you, it has something to do with heart investments, things that you've invested your energy and heart and soul into, are just good energy, and feeling like that's not paying off for you, or where is that getting you. But what you're not seeing is the support that does back you. Or for some of you, if this is, oh, I'll never find love like this, or this will never come to pass, Spirit is saying that that's not true. Obviously, because there's two cups that still stand. Yeah, there's three, but these three is like, let's look at it this way. If you're asking about something that resonates with you, that is a mirror to you, that balances you out, why would you want to take on multiple things or multiple energies, things that are just not equally yoked or balanced with you, if that makes sense? Clarify this Knight of Cups energy, Holy Spirit. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. Something that is not balanced, something that is not equally yoked with you. You have to make a decision. And I feel like whatever this energy that you're in, whatever this opposition that you're in, it's helping you to find balance with the things that matter and don't matter to you. Things that either resonate or they don't resonate with you. It's giving you that opportunity to make that decision. So this isn't for you. Okay, I'm hearing the same saying. I keep hearing this often. When there's an issue or there's a problem, there's always a solution to that. Our problems and our challenges always are there to show us that there's another way around it, or there's a way to persevere past it, or there's a solution behind it. It gives us the skill of problem solving or a strategy. So in this instance, it has something to do with choices or decisions, or something with balance versus imbalance, if that makes sense. So with the Knight of Cups, it's usually a card of pursuing something in the matters of the heart, or an expression of love, or a willingness or openness to something in the matters of the heart, or just love in general. In this case, though, this could be anything, because you guys are all unique. You have to place this energy as it resonates with you. If this message is even intended for you or resonates with you at all, you know that more than anybody else, if it speaks to you or not. But this Knight of Cups energy, this Knight of Cups represents, I feel like, something in the matters of the heart that's pulling you in a certain direction, or this is your heart centered. I'm also paying attention to the mountains in these cards. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting. So you see this lighting back here, or this mountain back here, and you see this mountain right here. Mountains for me are symbols of obstacles and challenges or blockages sometimes. But the fact that when it comes to the matters of the heart, as the Knight of Cups, your heart is more open, it's more willing, it's more vulnerable in this position. But I feel like it's in a pure place, though. With the Nine of Wands, the opposition also as well is Do I continue to persevere in spite of the heat, in spite of what I've gone through in the past for some of you, or what I've been enduring as of late? How do I persevere past that? Or should I even continue to push past this energy? That's the question for yourself. Because there is a victory with persevering and pushing through this energy. This is not a lay down and stay down type of energy. This is a lay down and then I pick myself back up. Or I fall down and I get myself back up. Not, what's it called? What's his name? Donnie McClurkin. We fall down but we get up. Really, basically. This is not for you to stay in this energy. Like, this is not it. The Nine of Wands knows what the battle is already, because the Nine of Wands has already been in the position of being in the Five of Wands energy. So it already knows the battle. And not, if not even more so now, because the Nine is an elevated energy. The Nine is connected to the Hermit energy. The Hermit is a wise counsel, a wise being. They are also in connectedness with their north energy, their north star, their north node, their purpose, their calling, their truth. Whatever wisdom that was given to you in those spaces, your lonely nights, those times and those energies where you spent just with you in spirit, or those moments that you had to be in solitude, or you felt like you were pushed or forced into solitude, where you had nobody else outside of you and God or spirit or your angels, your ancestors, or just you and whatever you were growing through at the time. That's the perseverance, to remind yourself of that's where I came from. And that's the reminder, if that makes sense, to continue the path or continue the journey of whatever it is that these obstacles are, whatever these mountains are that are in front of you. That's what this is talking about, because there is a victory in this. So the Two of Pentacles, for some of you, in a practical sense, it's like, okay, should I invest my energy into this? Is this situation or this person of my highest good? Is this serving me? Is the way that I'm approaching things, does this even speak to the soul of who I am? Like, is this me being in a, let's say, me being in a lower vibrational energy, as we like to say, or me being in my ego, as we like to say? Is this me being an asshole, or is this really me operating in what's true for me? It's so many different things, because you guys are all unique, but you're weighing two sides of the coin of what really truly matters to you. Also in a level of either it's something tangible or something practical in the end is the question. And even further than that, for some of you, it could be partnerships, whether that's romantic ones, whether that's friendships, because in this energy we're in the energy or the age of Aquarius, but we're also in the season of Leo. Leo is very loud and very bold in its energy. It's very confident in its highest state. It's prideful. It knows who it is, and it's full of expression. It's full of life. It's full of creativity. It's full of regalness. When it's in the shadow, it can be very egoic. It can be self-centered. It can be in its survival mode. So you got to decide like which energy you're going to operate in at this time, because you have the knowledge and the wisdom to tap into the truth of who you are at this point, or what you represent at this point, enough to know how you're going to approach this. And also the strength of the lion, the courage of the lion, you have the ability to tap into. Spirit is showing me the Cowardly Lion and the Wizard of Oz. The whole thing of the Wizard of Oz, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but in the way that Spirit is showing it to me, at least, how Dorothy, she was on this journey, and how she met different characters which represent different aspects of herself, right? The heart, the courage aspect of self, the brains, the intelligence, the higher mind of the self, the dog being the guidance system or the conscious of self, right? All of that tying into one. I'm thinking about the lion, though. The lion was so scared. He was so petrified. It was like he knows he was a lion and he was faking it till he made it, but he really lived in fear. And they all got rewarded by this wizard that really wasn't a wizard. it was just an illusion of something outside of self that can make you or give you something that you already hold within yourself, basically. So the lion was seeking this courage, and it was already something that was within him. Throughout the movie, he was challenged in his courage. He did courageous things. He cried about it, but he still, in certain acts and in certain, they showed their intelligence, they showed their heart, their goodness, or different qualities that they were seeking outside of themselves. They exhibited that throughout the movie. They just weren't aware of it. So when it comes to your courage, sometimes we can look at our courage as like, oh, I'm not doing good enough. Oh, I can't do this because it doesn't feel like I'm doing strong enough. But just you deciding, for some, it's just deciding to get up in the morning is your courage, because sometimes we don't want to. Sometimes we wish we could just lay in bed and just forget about life, forget about certain things. That could be somebody's story. It could be you're afraid to speak your truth. And even if your voice shakes, as they say, even if your voice is shaking or you feel like people don't understand you, the fact that you even spoke your truth is courageous within itself. Even if you feel like you sounded like an idiot, or you feel like nobody believed in what you said, you still took you stood in that. So by you in this Nine of Wands energy saying, okay, I know what I've been through, and I know how challenging it is in this present moment and how it feels right now, but just the mere or point of it all, me pushing myself or me deciding to make a decision or say whatever or do whatever it is in your position that you're called to do, that's courage within itself. And that in itself is a victory. It's not about the praise. I mean, people are going to recognize it or see it or not. And some of these people in the crowd are not always haters, and some of them are always rooting for you. But you're going to have equally both. But other people's validation doesn't matter. It goes back to the Wizard and the Wizard of Oz. They gave him this title of being this great wizard, but behind it, it was just an illusion. He was no more powerful or less powerful than they were, in a sense. It's more of the validation that we are supposed to give to ourselves. And it goes back to the hermit energy. The hermit has to exclude himself from the physical things around him and go into himself in order to find the wisdom, to find the truth of who he is and what his path represents. That illumination of that alone. So it has nothing to do with outside or external forces or people. No one can take it or give it away to you, if that makes sense. So this public recognition and validation doesn't matter. The victory is not that. The higher victory is from the battle in which they came from, which is the Five of Wands energy, if that makes sense. All right. Something is trying to attack my throat chakra, and it's just not gonna happen. I don't know who's doing it, but you foolish. You're full of shit. It's not gonna happen. All right. I'm gonna pull. Oh, you big mad. All right. Let's see. Clarify this. Ooh, it's a whole nother set. Let's put these to the side. It's a whole nother set of energy. Or is this Ace? My bad. Ace of Cups. I don't know why I said Six of Cups. It's Ace of Cups. 10 of Wands. The Emperor, he wanted to come out. There he is. Oh, we did have the Six of Cups. Okay. All right. I see you, Spirit. Okay, I see you. You got the Page of Swords and the Justice card. Let's look at these major arcanas, because these are the major energies in this. There's an overseer. In this seat right here, there's a student. There's a blank chalkboard, and there's a clock that stands here. And there's these three-headed beings here. There's books here. A lot of us are under, let's say we all have a higher power that we answer to at the end of the day or at the end of our life. And what we do with our life experiences represent these books. What we take from our life experiences, the wisdom that we take, or you can apply this into your now. Whatever experiences you're currently facing, these represents the books. And you're at a certain, let's say you're in a certain semester in school. You're at a certain grade in school. So your spiritual journey right now, let's say you're in your senior class in high school, right? And you're at your third semester. You're at the finals, right? And this is all about what have I learned from this space that I'm currently in. There's a lot of divine timing, a lot of divine order. There's a lot of divine, it's like overseers watching how everything is playing out, watching how everybody handles their current experiences here in the now, right now. Okay, let's see how so-and-so is handling her experience, her journey, her lessons. What is she getting out of it? How is she applying it to her journey? How is she treating people? How are other people treating her? All of that is being watched. I've been getting this message for a minute. My sister keeps talking about it. I've seen like little messages on like Instagram readings. You know how Instagram, they'll post like pictures of the cards and then they'll write like a caption of what the reading is about or whatever. And there's a lot about divine judgment. Something with divine judgment, that Mayat energy. Everybody is being watched and critiqued right now as far as how they're handling their certain journey right now, how they're treating others, how they're treating themselves, how are they walking in their path. All of this is being watched right now. All of that. All of this. Page of Swords is a student of information. There's an owl. Who spoke on the owl? Who was that? Was it Caleb or was it someone else? It was Sorte. Sorte Obad. Abad, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Spoke on the owl, the animal totem. The owl is very wise energy, represents a wise sage. So this is like, you know better. It's the energy of you know better. What you do with what you know. Some of you might feel like, oh no, because I'm on this path or I'm at a certain level and I don't really, I don't know. You know better. And you know enough to assist you with where you're at right now. I noticed that the chalkboard is blank. So it's like the outside or external forces may not be giving you the answers that you're seeking right now, but that doesn't mean that you don't already know because you've been a student. You've been taking in all of the information thus far. I do feel like for some of you, though, there is an important message to pay attention to. And are you paying enough attention to even see what it is? Because, again, you're wise. You know enough at this level of where you're at. It's like a senior that is about to take their last test, or let's say their SATs or whatever the test is. You're about to take that final test, and it's showing you what you've learned throughout the entire year of being a senior until you move into the next level or until you graduate, right? So this is where a lot of the energies are. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is this dragon. I don't know if y'all resonate with dragons. I do. I love dragons. I adore them. But something with dragon spirits is very powerful. It's also like this. I'm getting like this Chinese dragon energy, where it also gives me like a yogi energy or some type of wise ancestor. And with this Ace of Cups, they're reminding you to remember something, because this is where the Six of Cups come in, because I felt the Six of Cups energy and I'm mistaken the Ace of Cups for being the Six of Cups for whatever reason. Like, it wouldn't make sense to think that, but the Six of Cups is here. It came out. The Six of Cups is this energy of remembrance. There's a teacher and there's a student energy, I feel like. And there's a guide, or your ancestors as a collective, as a whole, is like, remember the beginning or the genesis, which I feel like is connected to this Knight of Cups energy. Where is it at? Remember in your heart why you initiated, why you started something, why something was placed in your heart, a pure energy, something that was divine, something that whether it was at childhood, whether it was in your past, whatever point in your journey, why you started something or why you wanted to express something in a certain way. This is about pure-hearted energy. Pure-hearted energy. Whatever this is, it's like remember. And somehow this is related to how you handle things. I don't know why I feel like this is resonance with this, but that's what I'm getting. Remember. If I apply the ace to the six, it would be the seven of cups, right? Seven of cups represents our illusions. It can represent fantasies, daydreams. Some cups in the cards represent good things or things that look good on paper. It can also represent things that are not, necessarily of your highest good, can be bad for you. And then there's this one cup that always holds this mystery, right? So I feel like at some point, for some of you maybe, your guys is like even in the midst of the illusion of something, and the illusion could be, oh, I'm not doing good enough, or oh, I lost something, or I must be fucking up, let's say, or oh, I thought this person was the one and this whatever the illusion is, or I'm man down, like the enemy is getting the best of me, or people that want to see me lose, or they seemingly getting the best of me, or whatever the illusion is, right? That makes you question in your Nine of Wands energy, should I continue to persevere at this point? Should I push past this? Because you got the Ten of Wands. This is being at the breaking point. And sometimes at the Ten of Wands, it's like push past this energy no matter how heavy it is. The burden that you're carrying, if you want to look at it in a biblical sense or this Christian, this God sense, because I always like to talk about the story of Christ, because when I think of the story of Christ, I think about being in the dark night of the soul and how painful it is. How at sometimes you just feel like you're going crazy, or you feel like you're going to die. Like, I can't take this no more. This is so painful, because all of your ego is being broken down. You're healing. But there's always this knowing within you of like, no, I can't do that, because I have a higher purpose and calling, or to live for, or I just can't simply do that for whatever reason, whatever that in you that keeps you going. When you're in that moment where you're just like, I can't take this, this is too painful, that's when the breakthrough happens, because you surrender. Not my will, but your will be done, meaning not my physical strength and will and my flesh will, but the higher realms, the higher self, your will, not mine, be done. And that's the point of surrender, where we let go of the fight with our flesh and with everything that we think we know or how things are supposed to go. When you let go, that's when the breakthrough happens. And when the breakthrough happens, that's when the divine resurrection happens. And when you reach that divine resurrection, that's when the awakening happens. That's the Christ energy. And to even get in the seat of that, it starts with the sacred heart. It starts with the heart chakra. And that's the Knight of Cups energy. That's the Cups energy within itself. Cups is all about the heart, our emotions, the spirit. So when you come with a pure heart, and sometimes you have to purify and cleanse your heart of whatever unforgiveness you have towards yourself or towards other people or whatever it is. When you have that pure seated heart energy within you, it also helps to activate the crown chakra. It is the way to the other energies, or the other chakras awakening, or aligning, rather, if you will, balancing itself out in alignment, the crown. Yeah. So the Ten of Wands is like bearing the cross energy. Like, it's painful in the midst of it, but there's a higher purpose and a higher breakthrough and a higher call to that. And this isn't for those. It's not for the weak-hearted. That's what they say, right? This journey is not for the weak-hearted. It is not. You can't skip steps. You can't skip your healing process. You can't just say, oh, I'm at a master level because I read some shit. You got to apply the work. She got the books, but if she doesn't apply it, what is it? Because the answers are not here for her. Yeah, you got the books, But are you going to apply the knowledge? It's just what it is. That's what it is when you turn into yourself. You cannot externalize your purpose and your experience upon everybody else or these external forces in this world or what you know. That means nothing at the end of the day. If it's no self-awareness or if it's not being applied to your life, you cannot skip steps. People hate to hear a message when it comes to doing self-work. They want to hear how they're going to get the husband, how they're going to get the twin flame, how they're going to get recognized and famous, but they don't want to do the soul work. When you're on the other side, when you sell your soul, and I talked about this in another reading, and I don't mean just literally sell your soul like, oh, to Satan writing your name in blood on a contract. I'm not talking about that. I mean, that's part of it. You can apply that as well. Selling your soul is when you're not in connectedness with yourself and you're seeking this external energy and you're giving it out to people and to things and material things and attention and likes or validation or harming people or whatever it is, and you don't have any concept of who you are in depth or don't even care to know who you are in depth, and you're so obsessed with power, you're so obsessed with being loved and validated outside of you, it's easy to sell yourself. So there's two sides to this. And I don't even hate to get into it. I feel like I need to get over the judgment of people being like, oh, this bitch here should go with the Bible verses, or Bible, because they're, what's the right word? Bibles, they're just parables on our journey. They're part of the parables and just different stories and things that we can take from the universe to guide us on our journey, whether you take it from Buddha, whether you take it from Hindu-ness, whatever. Either way it goes. When you talk about, let's say, when Jesus, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, he was fucking starving. And here comes Satan tempting him, talking about, let me show you a glimpse of everything that I can give you. It's so easy when you don't have a concept of yourself to give yourself away for the sake of power, for the sake of anything that's going to validate that emptiness within you. When you don't have that connection with spirit, it's easy for you to be swayed to the other side of things. So like I said, you can have concept and knowledge of what is this, what is that, but if you ain't walking in that, or if you skip steps in that, you can easily be deceived. So let's get back on track with all of this. The justice card is, how are you going to apply the lesson or the experience? Because there's a double side to everything. Is your heart light as a feather or is it heavy? So for some of you, it could be, am I still carrying the weight of my past, or have I really freed myself of that? Have I forgave myself from that? Have I delivered myself from that? Am I still holding on to things that don't serve me? Am I playing myself short? We can sin against ourselves by hiding ourselves, not being honest or authentic with ourselves, or allowing people to step all over us. There's different levels to this. You decide where you stand on the scale. It's up to you based off of your experience. Again, you know better. You've been given all of the information that you need for your next phase. How will you apply it? How will you apply it? The Ace of Cups being here is a gift. It is an opportunity for peace, love, joy. But all of that is nothing if it does not instill within the self first. It's nothing outside of you. There's no other way around it. There's no other way around it. True power is not based off of external forces. It's a false sense of power. It's based off of the ego. It's not based off of the heart. If you don't have an understanding of where you stand within yourself or who you are, within spirit, like, spirit, what are you trying to say? Because on the external, because I keep going back to the Six of Wands, this is nothing. Let's say you have, because we watch love readings and we like to harp on how somebody feels and if they're going to come back. That's the most popular thing, is love readings, right? We love a love read. We love to know about how a motherfucker feels about us. We love it, right? We want to know. We want to know when we're, oh, am I going to come into union? Is he or she going to come back? We love that. But what if that person that you pining after does come into your life? What you gonna do? If you don't know your purpose, or you don't have inner love for self, and you're seeking this validation, you think this man or this woman is gonna be the end all be all, and you get them, what are you gonna do with that? You're not gonna know how to handle or be in a relationship if you haven't done your soul work, right? Or at least enough work of whatever spirit is requiring you to do. Ooh, it's getting hot in here, right? Ooh, let me log off. This bitch is, no. Yeah, no. If you want this divine union, this divine connection, got to have a concept of what divinity is within yourself first before you can even operate in that type of energy. Otherwise, and or you're going to attract, or you're going to remain toxic or have levels of toxicity, or you're going to continue to attract toxic partners into your life until you heal that energy, or your person and you are going to reflect back to each other those toxicities until you heal that shit. No way around it. You want the job of your dreams. It's not going to fall into your lap until you know that you're meant to have that job. Even if everything outside of you tells you you're not cut out for it, you can't have a job like that, or you'll never be able to do this or accomplish that. You got to know within yourself, I don't care what the external forces look like, or the outside, or what this person is telling me, or what, if I don't have the degree for it. If I know I've been called to it, it's mine. Because I did the work for it. That's the difference. When earthly things are given to us and fall into our lap, like, we can look at this person in this relationship and automatically assume that they're happy because, oh, they got the white picket fence, they have the house, the mansion, they got the kids, they got the dog, they got the nice cars. But these motherfuckers is probably arguing behind the scenes. They probably can't stand each other. Let's say that. They're probably not even meant to be together. It looks good on paper. Oh, this person, oh, they're making so much money, they're so happy, but you don't know what they had to do to get that, or if that opportunity was something that they slighted somebody else to get. You don't know that. Not everything is what it seems, and I said this in another video. If you don't do the soul work, it means nothing. You cannot skip that. A lot of people that have gone through the cycles and know what it's like to go through that, let's call it the Christ ascension process, where you've been beaten down, you've been told that you ain't gonna be shit, you're never gonna amount to anything, but you had a few people that believed in you, you had a slight bit of belief in yourself, or maybe you had a belief in yourself like, no, I know that there's something I'm supposed to do. I know that I'm meant to be in a beautiful relationship, or I know that I'm meant to help people, or whatever it is that you know you're supposed to do. I'm meant to heal my family, whatever it is. Even in the midst of all of that, the pain and the suffering, no one knows how it feels but you. Even in people spitting in your face, because how they depicted in the Bible and the movies and all of that, people spit in his face, they laughed at him, they called him a fake, a phony, they said, oh, you're not the son of God, you're a fraud, you're a sorcerer, all this stuff. Jesus had to go through some shit. And they'll tell you that, oh, Jesus was just a kind-hearted soul and he died on the cross for your sins. Oh, that man went through some shit. He was not liked. He was not popular by people. He was not. He's not the people's choice. He's not the people's champ. He wasn't. He got falsely accused. That's why he even died on the cross in the first place, because one of his people gave him up to falsely accuse him. So the process of all of this is not easy. Like, you're not going to be always liked and loved. No one knows what it's like to go through that process within yourself, where you have to literally give up your ego and die. So think of it in this instance, because the dying of the sins represents unconditional love. Not saying literally that you got to give up your life for motherfuckers that don't deserve it, because it's not what it is. It means that you put away your own ego and your own agenda aside from the pure kindness of your heart and say, I'm doing this not for y'all. It's for y'all, yes, but it's not for you most importantly, but it's for my higher cause. It's for something else beyond you. What's beyond you loves you. Me, I ain't got nothing to do with it. But I'm doing this out of unconditional love and purity, and I'm giving up my ego. I'm giving up control, what I think and how it should go. And I'm trusting in a higher force is going to lead me and guide me. So however y'all treat me, forgive y'all for y'all know what y'all do. Because at the end of the day, y'all not my problem anyway. You have free will. You could be an asshole. You can be kind, or you may not. You can choose to cheat on me, lie to me, whatever, continue to be an asshole. But at the end of the day, my call is not to you. Right? So that's giving up the validation and opinions of man, because you don't answer to man and they don't answer to you. We have free will. So that purity in your heart to give up the grudge, or to give up the unforgiveness and whatever all that other stuff is, that's the heart chakra. That's the unconditional love. That is the gateway to the crown chakra. Crown chakra, how they represent the crown, represents the kingdom of God. Kingdom of God is your mind. In the physical body, in your temple. That's what the crown represents. But going back to whatever else, going back to this, if you have not done your work, you have not dealt with yourself, you have let go or work through letting go of certain things, and you think that you can play the other side and persecute others and condemn others and harm and hurt others, and think that there's no consequences for that, or whoever else is doing that, there's a divine judgment on everybody's side and end of things. So I would say this to you: be careful how you treat others. Be careful how you treat others. And if you feel like that's not you, that's not in your character to actively go out of your way to hurt others or whatever reason, whoever else is doing it to you, there's a divine judgment on that person. If they decide for whatever reason they're going to continue to do that, because they're choosing the other side of wanting whatever power or whatever they think or leverage that they have over people or whatever, they're not in their heart center, there's a judgment on those people, whatever that might be. So I will say this right now: anybody that is watching and you think that you can go around and hurt people, throw rocks and hide your hand, or you think you can gaslight, you think you can slander people behind the scenes or in front of the scenes, knowing damn well what you do and who you are and how you operate, there's a divine judgment on you. And I would be very, 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 very careful about how you treat people in this season. If anybody has anything in their heart that they need to release it. Simple, release it. If you feel like it's hard for you to, get to that place where you can forgive and you can release, give it up, release it and let it go. So you're not carrying the weight of that anymore. It's not your weight to carry other people's problems. However somebody else feels about you and what they did to you, at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not going to carry that in me anymore, in my heart. I'm not going to allow this person or thing or experience to live rent-free in my heart and in my mind anymore. Not giving my power away to it anymore. Once you make peace and you move past that, you're automatically letting down all the heavy weights and all the heavy burdens that you carry moving forward. Anybody else that has a problem with you, that's their problem. And this ain't saying for you to be meek and mild, because Jesus will cuss you out, not cuss you out literally, but one of my favorite memes is, it's this meme of like love and light, but I'll turn all these tables over. I'll turn this shit up. So it's like, I'm love and light all day. I come with peace. I come with love. But the moment you think that you're going to get out of line and disrespect me, and that's the point that you have to get to, is like, not carrying the weight or the energy anymore, but you have to have boundaries at the end of the day. But again, everybody's lesson is different. Their experience is different. So Spirit's saying you're wise enough. You know how to handle yourself moving forward. Some of you, it might be turning down. Like, might be used to being the turn up queen. Now you got to turn it down. Turn the other cheek. Like, oh, well, whatever. You ain't my problem. Keep it moving. And some of you might need to turn up and say, who the fuck you talking to? I don't know who you talking to, either if it's energetically. I don't know who you talking to. Not rolling over. I'm not dying. I'm getting the fuck up. I don't know what you thought. So long story short, I think we kind of went into this a little bit too much, but I'm just reading the energies above, reading the cards, but just the energies as it is. However this resonates with you, if it even does. And I find it ironic that there's 20 viewers in here. That's the judgment card. There's a divine judgment right now. And if you think about the judgment card represents, or it shows the depiction of the dead rising out of their graves in the book of Revelations. And the Revelations is the end of an era, an end of a cycle before the new earth. So it's like, for you to be in this new energy, this new cycle, this new chapter, you got to deal with your past. You got to deal with the old. Got to deal with the skeletons. And once you deal with that, it's like you're no longer weighed down by your flesh. You're no longer weighed down by that. You can still live in your flesh and be able to identify what this is and what that is, or learn better how to assess the energy or how to deal with it better. But you're not allowing it to have dominion over you anymore, because you worked through that now. For others, it's like Walking Dead. Some people, they ain't gonna get it. Walking Dead. Like, y'all just not gonna get it. And you're gonna be forever tormented. I don't want to say forever, but if you think of it in that depiction, I'm not talking about like burning in hell. I'm talking about energetically, you're going to be tormented because you refuse to deal with your past. What I'm trying to get to is this: you cannot bypass your soul work. You cannot do it. You can't. Some of us don't even have a choice but to deal with it. Like, it's that bad. Like, I don't even want to deal with this. I'm going to just heal. I have to. I have to deal with it. I got to make peace with myself. I have to. I have to make peace with this person or whatever. Or until it presses me enough, until I work through it. Just continue to work through it until it no longer sticks. It no longer burns anymore. But for some, they're going to choose to do that. So they're going to choose things like, oh, money and cars, oh, drugs, to be hateful, to be spiteful, to sex addictions, whatever. They're going to continue to dwell in their vices that this world gives them, that promises them everlasting life, that promises them the world. But it's just an external thing. It's not an internal peace or joy. When you have the internal peace and joy, nothing outside of you or anything can shake you, because you're in a new energy. You're not in that same place. Nobody can say, oh, hey, remember that time you used to do da-da-da, you used to be like this, or, oh, hey, so-and-so, you used to, remember you used to, because, oh, I already made peace with that. What do you talk about? That's not me anymore. I don't even walk in that energy anymore. Who you talking to? You don't know me. You, like Beyonce, what she said, you must not know about me. Like, what are you talking about? Not the same person. You might still be in that energy. Like, yeah, we used to kick it back in that energy, but I'm not in that anymore. What is you talking about? We're not even here anymore. Like, I don't get it. Same thing. Some people, you're going to have to leave where they're at. Some of you wanted it to be this dude, or you wanted to be this, but some people, you just got to leave where they're at. Some people are not even elevating with you. They're not even ascending or healing or growing within themselves. You got to leave people where they're at. Sometimes they might catch up. That happens. Somebody you thought would never change, You look back, I'm like, oh, you see, like, so and so, yeah, they doing good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Some people you just like, damn. Shh. Oh, he's still in prison. Oh, damn. Oh, she's still under. Oh, sometimes it's sad. It is like that sometimes. Don't let them type of motherfuckers hold you back. I'm just saying. Oh, remember the time? Yeah, I remember the time. I don't resonate with that anymore. That's not me anymore. But okay, cool. Whatever. What's your point? What's your point? So, long story short, some people are just going to continue to be walking dead and, oh, my mom, it's because my mama did this to me. Oh, that's why I'm like this. Instead of saying, oh, yeah, my mama did this to me, but let me heal so I don't have to deal with that energy anymore. Oh, because he cheated. Oh, every man is a liar. They are cheated. Oh, I don't trust these. Well, you just stay in that. Okay, just stay in that. Oh, I hate this person. I despise this person. Oh my God. I'll never understand why. I don't even have a intelligent bone in my body to say, oh, I don't know why I can't stand this person. Let me heal that. Let me figure out why I can't stand this person so I don't have that malice in my heart. Some people just don't have the mere intelligence to do that. That's the walking dead for you. They gonna be turning up in the weekend, smoking and drinking, having fun, having sex, or on a yacht somewhere talking about, oh, life is grand. Life is happy. I'm living my best life. YOLO, I'm on a fucking yacht, but I'm miserable as fuck because I haven't forgave myself, or I haven't forgave my dad, or this person that cheated on me, or this person that molested me, or oh, the time this job told me that I just couldn't get the job. I'm going to hold on to that forever. And I'm going to make every person pay for it, or including myself. That is The Walking Dead. Everybody can't go. That's unfortunate. Everybody can go. I don't care how good their life looks on the outside. I don't care how pretty their life looks on the outside. I don't even care how shitty their life looks like on the outside. Everybody's under divine judgment. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? Some circumstances we are born into. Yes. Some circumstances are out of our control. It's in divine hands. But how we take the season and what we learn from the season, how we apply where we're at is everything. Everything. And this is something Spirit's been teaching me for years. I've been in the same living situation for probably 4 years now. And it's like, okay, when is it going to change? But until I learn whatever I'm supposed to learn in this process and ask God, okay, why am I in this position right now? Is it something that I can do? Or is it something that I'm doing to block myself? Is it something outside of myself? Or is it just a season and a time and I need to be here and station myself and learn where I need to learn and experience until it's up? Got to learn the difference of it. Mm. Oh, I have my days. I'm not, I hope y'all don't take this, oh, this bitch is preaching to me. I'm just being a vessel, but it resonates with me too, because in the same, if I flip this and I put myself in the same, space of taking this message as a listener of it, I can complain about where I'm at too. And this is me being transparent. I'm going to say this. Why am I not married yet? I'm over 30 years old. Why am I still single? It's been years, but God has been working on me. God has been working on my heart. If I say that I want such and such type of relationship, and God has called me to be in a divine union, divine connection, all that, I couldn't come in the way that I was years ago, maybe even weeks ago, maybe even a day ago. Like, I could not be in that type of energy to have the type of relationship that I wanted. Certain things I might have wanted at the time were just not meant for me. The people that I might have thought that, oh, I want to be with, it wasn't meant to be like that. It wasn't meant to happen that way, or it wasn't just meant at all. God has really put me in a space of like, no dating, like literally no dating, no sex. And that's also an active choice as well, because it's easy to go out and say, oh, I'm just going to sleep with whoever because he hollered at me. It's easy to do that. God would probably even block it even further. But even in that, no, you need to deal with yourself. You need to heal. I want you to focus on yourself. I want you to be in your purpose. I want you to speak. I want you to heal yourself. I want you to help other people heal. That's it right now. The time will soon come. That's not your season right now. Okay. It sucks every now and then. I say, well, why not? It's not your season right now. It's cool. It's not. You want to get out of your living situation so bad right now. It's not. It's not time. It's not. So not everything is a punishment. I would hardly say that it's ever a punishment. It's how you handle the season that you're in is everything. Patience within itself is not so much waiting for something, but it's how you handle the wait that is everything. That's what's noted. Everything ain't supposed to be oh, I want it to be this. Because if Chenoa wanted it on her dime, it would be probably some messed up situation, like something I don't want to deal with. I don't want to repeat the same cycles I repeated in past situations and relationships. Thank God God blocked certain things from me. Thank God. I might have not been able to see it at the time, but thank God. Like, no. And then I bet y'all can count a time where y'all wanted something so bad and you thought that it was meant to happen at that time and you just see it wasn't. Or let's use it as in this example. Let's say you wanted to be with somebody back in the day, back in high school or whatever. And you fast forward and you look at that person now and it's like, oh my God, girl. Or even the people that you would cry over, be like, oh my God, I can't live without so and so. And then you look at it like, girl, what the fuck was you tripping on? Because you were in a different energy at the time. And when you heal, certain things don't even appeal to you anymore. It don't even appeal. And then you'll look at like, why did I even desire those things? And you'll find that, oh, I desired it because of something maybe superficial. Because, back in high school, we wanted certain things. We wanted to be popular. You wanted the popular boy in school, but the popular boy in school was a fucking douche and you couldn't figure out why the fuck you wanted to be with him. Then you look at it like, oh, I wanted validation. I thought that person would bring me validation and make me feel something that I didn't feel that I could pull out of myself or that wasn't already within the self. Going back to the Wizard of Oz again, thinking that something external is going to give you that. I'm going to use my sister as an example. I hope she doesn't mind me talking about this, but she's married and she's met her divine counterpart, but she said that what she's growing through, she's wanting to fully experience the connection in its fullness and love and happiness and not being in her head about it and being in fear and all of that, because she still deals with that within herself. She has this amazing husband that she knows loves her, and he expresses it time and time again, like, I wish you would, be more open, or not more open, but more trusting of my love or whatever. She still deals with what happened to her or whatever internal energy that she's dealing with. So when you get into something that is a blessing, sometimes spirit will give it to you before you feel you're ready. We're not going to say before we think, before we believe that we're ready. And spirit will give it to you. If you're not fully, let's say, in a space within yourself, it has nothing to do with the external forces. Again, you could be living in a mansion right now, but if you still feel that loneliness, that sense of loneliness within yourself, or you feel that lack somewhere within yourself, that mansion is not going to make you feel good. Might make you feel good for a couple of months. Oh, girl, yeah, I just moved into my new place. I'm so happy, blah, blah. But when you get settled in that, there's this energy of, I still ain't really happy. And that's why people look outside for more. Okay, well, it's not the house. Let me give me some bomb furniture. Okay, let me go on a couple of trips. Okay, it's fun. Oh, I'm enjoying myself. Then you settle in and it's like, still not really fulfilled, because it's not about the external stuff. Those are experiences. They're not what gives you the joy and the fulfillment, because if you were homeless out on the street, a homeless person can find joy in just being. There's homeless people that smile and have the most beautiful energies and personalities and make the most out of their circumstances. And that's because they found something within themselves to be grateful, even amongst wherever they're at currently in the moment. When we look on the outside, it's like, damn, they don't have a place to sleep. Damn, they don't even have much to eat. but this person's still smiling. They're still kind to people. That says something. So, yeah, it seems like there's like multiple messages in one in this. And I hope that resonates because, yeah, that was a lot. That was a handful. It was a lot. But um, keep pushing through this energy, regardless of what it looks like on the external. You have to know that the internal is the gift. It is the reward at the end of the day. Sometimes, and I posted this on the community post, that sometimes blessings from God is not solely just materialistic things. And when I say materialistic, I don't mean just things money can buy, but sometimes it could be love relationships, a new baby, a baby that we've been praying for, or whatever, a job, a living situation, our health. Those are beautiful blessings, but the peace and the joy within self, or that sense of gratitude, sometimes is blessing, especially if it's been a struggle to really feel that and to have that and obtain that within yourself. That is a beautiful blessing to say, finally, I'm at peace, or finally, I have forgiveness within self, or finally, I have a peace of mind, or finally, I feel like I have something to live for, or finally, I feel like I have passion again, or I feel like I have purpose. Certain things outside, external things, cannot make up for. Hardly will it ever. Keep your soul intact, because there's things that this world, that you got to know that your soul and your essence cannot be bought by anything or anyone outside of the self. Nobody else can give it or take it away from you. It might feel like it in the moment. You feel like somebody broke your heart and you feel like they took a part of you. In essence, yes, but it's you giving away to the experience, or your perspective of experience, that shapes that. If you never had joy within yourself, yeah, you'll feel like that man took it from you, or that woman took it from you, or a parent took it from you, or a teacher, or a job, or a diagnosis took that from you. And some stuff that people go through is very, very traumatic. And a lot of those things sometimes will be the greatest testimonies, most often than not. The things that we grow through will be the very things that are meant to be a testimony. But it's only if you decide that you're not going to be the victim of that, but you are going to be the walking testimony of that. If you can persevere past that. Again, not lay down and just die. And when I say die, I don't mean literally, but broken in spirit, and you just allow yourself to be a walking dead. But you decide that you will rise, you will resurrect, and you will get up in spite of that. That is a message, y'all. I'm going to leave it at that. It's 112. Not 112, but that is the reading. I hope that this was helpful to somebody, or will be helpful to someone whenever they come across it, because it's timeless. Timeless energy. For one, I'm going to say thank God that it wasn't always about love, because I'm like, I'm so sick and tired of doing these love reads sometimes. Like, God, can you give me another message? But it's all about just divine flow and surrendering. But yeah, thank you, God, for the message. I appreciate it. I'm going to apply it to myself. Like, this weekend has been heavy for me. It's been eye-opening and triggering in different ways, and I'm grateful for it. I'm telling y'all, if nothing else, like my sister says, pain is the initiation. The initiation is not how much spell work you do and all this shit that they talk about or teach you, or just whatever this. It's not that. Pain is the pain that you go through, and how you turn that pain into your gain, meaning you turn that pain into your testimony. You turn it into that which fuels you and motivates you to ascend and to grow higher, to be better, to encourage somebody else outside of you. What you learn from that experience, your inner strength from the trial that you went through, that is you grow higher into the next phase. So yeah, you cannot skip steps. Those of you that are like called or chosen to be in certain spaces where other people had to maybe do some vile things to get to where they are, or um, maybe do some underhanded things to get to where they are, or whatever, some dark things, and um, just in the sake of the ego, or in the sake of uh, a low vibrational agenda, a dark agenda, a demonic agenda, you're going to bypass them like that, because your work, your initiation, your sacrifice was in dealing with your pain, your lonely nights that you had to spend by yourself, the uncomfortability of your growth process, the awkwardness of the awakening, but also that joy that nobody else can buy. Because when you go through your 40 days and your 40 nights, and I'm not talking literally 40 days and 40 nights, but when you go through the fasting and the purging in your consecration process, your dark night of the soul process, when that temptation comes to you to remind you to give up what you just did, or to paint you this illusion that you can be bought, whether that be materialistically, or something, a counterfeit partnership, or whatever, a counterfeit job opportunity, or whatever it is, you'll be able to see right through it, that this is a lie, this is not for me, this is a trick, I cannot be bought and I cannot be sold. So therefore, flee Satan. That's it. Amen and Ashe. I'm done. Thank you, Spirit, for that. I'm done. I promise. No mas. No mas. Oh, okay. That was all. All right. Ground my energy and come back. I hope that blessed somebody. I really, really do. That was a lot. Um, if you feel like this will be helpful to somebody, send it to them. If it resonates with them, um, yeah. This is a long reading on my bad, or I'm not going to apologize for it. It's a long reading, so you might got to come back and watch it later, or maybe you can sit through it. If y'all can sit through this, God bless you, as I always say, because I know I have a short attention span. But if it's something that I'm like, okay, I need to hear this, I'll make time for it, and I'll like sit through it and I'll listen to it, because it's like, yep, like, you know that feeling where you hear something, like sometimes you do have to like take certain things in and come back and watch it later. But in this instance, I really do hope that however it's meant to resonate with you, if it is at all meant to resonate with you, that it positively helps you, motivates you, encourages you, pushes you, breathe life back into you. That is the purpose of everything that I do, is never to harm or hurt anybody. I do call out shadows, and sometimes when our shadows feel exposed, it's like, bitch, what you, don't be. But sometimes it's like, it is what it is. Yeah, that's true. But I do hope that this encourages somebody. Like, I really do. Whoever it's meant for, and whenever you come across this message, much love to you. I appreciate each and every one of you that send love and come on here with love energy. Those of you that support and have love energy for everybody else in the chat, I greatly appreciate you. You are appreciated in your own way. And that is it. I'm done. I'm about to get off. Probably not go to bed because I'm a night owl. I like to be up, you know. So, but yeah, I just felt led to do this. And thank God it's not a love reading. That's all I got to say. No, I'm just like, because I get tired doing love readings. I'm for real. I was like, Spirit, I don't mind it because it's fun sometimes. I like reading on love. I love love topics, and and I love to help people with love. I like to hear good news. Sometimes it's uncomfortable to say certain things, but it's refreshing every now and then not to always get a love message. It's refreshing. Just, it is what it is. But yeah, much love to you guys. I'm off, I promise. So you guys have a great rest of your night, your day, your evening, wherever you're at in the world. Until next time. Peace.